Hello, my name is Peace, and today I want to talk with you all about redefining success and the pressure behind achievement. First, let's imagine this scenario. You're sitting at your desk, staring at your never-ending pile of homework, and as the hours pass, fervent thoughts of practices and upcoming tests plague your mind. Your eyes burn, your head aches, and you just keep telling yourself, one more assignment. However, deep down, you're not just tired, you're exhausted. It's been drilled into us since birth. Our parents have already set a standard of what success looks like to young students. Good grades, leadership positions, a long list of extracurriculars, acceptance into a top college, and a stable, respectable career. For our generation, success isn't just a goal anymore. It feels like a requirement, and the stress of trying to achieve it is quietly leading many students towards burnout. This can be especially true in immigrant families such as my own. The textbook definition of burnout is a state of severe emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion caused by prolonged, unmanaged stress. Many students experience this. They feel tired all the time, lose motivation, struggle to concentrate, and feel overwhelmed by even small tasks. Some people might even characterize this as the notorious sophomore slump. So why is burnout so common today, especially in colored students? ThinkGlobal.org states that second-generation kids experience disproportionately high rates of psychological distress and burnout. They are nearly 2 times more likely to face severe psychological stress. This is primarily driven by immigrant paradox. One major cause is academic pressure. Students are expected to balance homework, tests, sports, clubs, volunteering, and preparation for college all at once. Our schedules are packed from morning to night, leaving little time for rest or recharge. Generational pressure also plays roles. Oftentimes, parents from foreign countries risk and sacrifice many things in order to give their children a better life. For me, my parents came from a small country in West Africa, the kind you see on those "Please Help Starving Kids" ads with dirt houses and unpaved roads. My father first arrived in America alone and received a college education with a student visa, after which my mother came over with my 4-year-old sister, and me and my twin were born 3 years later. After making it to the land of opportunities, it's only natural that parents would expect them to achieve everything they couldn't do, whether that's receiving a college education or becoming rich. But for many students, especially those from immigrant families, success carries an even deeper meaning. For immigrant families, education is often seen as the pathway to opportunity. Many parents move to a new country in search of better lives for their children. They left behind familiar places, stable jobs, and most importantly, their family members, hoping their children would have access to the opportunities they never had. Because of these sacrifices, I often find myself setting unrealistic standards and stressing to the point where school seems too much. With balancing sports, work, AP classes, and clubs, there are times where I wish that I could just fast forward to the future and avoid all of it. My parents often tell me, "You need to be a nurse. You can't just live with us your whole life. Be a doctor, be a lawyer. You have to be the first in your class." I understand that they want what's best for me, but it's important to understand that that's not all there is to your teenage life. Now, I'm sure most of you can relate to these experiences, and so I want to say that this pressure usually comes from love, not control. Parents want their children to succeed and avoid the hardships they experienced. But when success becomes tied to family sacrifice, financial stability, and personal identity, the weight of expectations can feel overwhelming. And that weight has real effects. Burnout affects students mentally, physically, and academically. It can lead to anxiety, constant fatigue, headaches, and loss of motivation. Students who once loved learning may begin to dread school. Grades can drop, not because students aren't capable, but because they're simply exhausted. Ironically, the harder we chase success, the more it can drain us. So maybe the problem isn't that our generation wants success. Maybe the problem is how we define it. I've watched my own sibling go through the same cycle, and I'm determined to make this change in my life. So what about you? What if success didn't mean constant exhaustion? What if success wasn't measured only by grades or acceptance letters, Preventing burnout starts with balance. Students need to learn time management, but also rest. Take breaks, get enough sleep, and set realistic goals. This is necessary for long-term success. Families also play an important role. Open conversations about stress and expectations can help students feel supported instead of pressured. Celebrating effort, not just results, reminds students that they are worth more than just their grades. And schools must support students by encouraging balance, providing mental awareness resources, and recognizing that achievement should never come at the cost of well-being. Our generation is ambitious, determined, and capable of incredible things, but we shouldn't have to sacrifice our health just to prove our worth. True success is about growing, learning, and achieving your goals without losing yourself along the way. Let's redefine success so that it lifts students up instead of wearing them down. After hearing this speech, I want you to ask yourself some questions. Are my expectations realistic? Am I placing my needs first? Is it worth it? And am I happy? Thank you.